you. Okay.
Okay, let me first test the chat box because that wasn't working on the previous live stream.
Kilo 4 Alpha Delta Sierra.
Yeah, are you calling me Kilo 4 Alpha Delta Sierra? Go ahead.
5-7 here in Central Florida. Back to you.
Yeah, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox. You copy?
7T. No.
Is this frequency in use? Again, is this frequency in use, please? Calling CQ, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, calling CQ. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, calling CQ, and stand by.
Kilo Juliet 7, Papa Zulu Victor.
Kilo Juliet 7, and then you have to repeat again. That was a little bit too fast for me. My brain isn't working very well today. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's Kilo Juliet 7, the suffix is Papa Zulu Victor. Papa Zanzibar Victoria. Again, Papa Zulu Victor. Roger.
Oh, yeah, we have a good copy there from Oregon at Kilo Juliet 7, Papa Zulu Victor. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, on 7 off. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot. Operator name here is Kurt. You're 5 and 9er. Very good report there at QTH here, south of Brussels. Go ahead.
Oh and 7 OFF. Sorry about that. Lost connection there. Try it again one more time. Sorry about that.
No problem. At Kilo Juliet 7, Papa Zulu Victor. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot. At Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox. Operator name here is Kurt. Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. QSL, back to you, sir.
Yeah, copy that. QSL, yeah, the name here again is Ed Echo Delta, and you're 5'9 plus, about 3 or 4, 5'9 plus over here, running 100 watts and a 3-element Yankee, Roger.
Yeah, QSL at, yeah, I'm running about 700-800 watts on my 2-element cubical quad, which is pointing towards North America as we speak. Beautiful copy from your station. 100 watts is doing absolutely fantastic. I have you totally in the clear. I just started the live stream, so I'm live streaming on YouTube as well. Yeah, thank you very much for the nice report, and yeah, I hope everything is okay with you there in Oregon, just south of Brussels, which is the capital, of course, of Belgium and Europe. Back to you, Ed, and I hope you have a good copy on me and the audio is okay. Kilo Juliet 7, Papa Zulu Victor, from Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, no problem. Audio is great, actually, over here. And, yep, I appreciate it. I can't wait to go check out that live stream. I think I've seen you on YouTube before, so that's pretty cool to talk with you. Anyways, I won't hold it. I got to get going here, so I'll say 73s, and I appreciate the brief QSO there. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox. It's been a pleasure. 73s, Kilo Juliet 7, Papa Victor. Cheers.
Yeah, QSL, Ed. Yeah, pleasure is all mine. Yeah, it's kind of fun during the live stream. People, they can test their gear and all that kind of stuff. So it's interesting for quite some people to do what I'm doing here. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's absolutely fun. Ed, thanks for giving a shout. I'll keep it short tonight with the context because I guess I'll have a little bit of a pile-up. You take care. Kilo Juliet 7, Papa Zulu Victor. Keep yourself on the air. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, waving a hand also to the camera. Take care.
73.
73 QRZ, Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. This is Brussels calling.
Kilo 1, November Fox Ocean.
Kilo 1, November Fox Ocean. I'll make a note. Kilo 1, November Fox Ocean. That's a strong signal you're pushing there, Ed. That's really strong. This is Kurt here, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango, and the call sign is on 7 off. It seems that I'm talking with only Edwards this evening. Go ahead, over.
Roger, Kurt. I have a signal 49 Big Plus, and I'm currently using 4-element Yagi monobender, and I'm also pushing it around 100 watts, and it looks like very good propagation to the Europe right now. My location is 40 miles southwest of Boston, and again, my name is Ed. Back to you, Kurt.
Yeah, QSL. I'm really surprised I get only Edwards today. I was just on the band a little bit earlier, and I think I spoke to another 2 or 3 Edwards. Fine business. I'm located very close to Brussels. It's been starting to rain around 3 p.m., so we might have a change in WX conditions. So far, so good, but I think winter is right at our doorstep. Back to you. Kilo, what was it again? Oh, I need to go and see on my logbook there. Kilo 1, November Foxtrot in Oscar. Kinfo, it's like information, right? This is on 7 off like an on-off switch. 73 is Edward. I'll keep it short and sweet. Over.
Yes, Roger, good. Everything is fine. The weather condition here is the -5 Celsius this night and plus 6, 7, 8 probably daytime, and the rain is also coming in our direction. I wish you a good day, good DXs, and I hope we'll talk again on the same band, almost 120 meters. So 73, and thanks for QSL Kurt. Goodbye.
Yeah, I hope we can do it again on other bands as well. I'm kind of active a little bit in the other bands there, a little bit higher in the band, so it's kind of fun when the propagation is there. Thank you very, very much, and enjoy the DX. Pleasure is all mine. Hopefully talk to you soon again. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, clear with Kilo 1, November Fox India, 73.
73, goodbye.
Whiskey America 5, America, Mexico, Mexico.
Whiskey America 5, America, Mexico, Mexico. Is that an Edward? No, this time it's a Charles. How you doing, Charles? This is Kurt here, K-U-R-T, here in Brussels. Hope you're doing fine. Go ahead.
Oh, Foster Kurt. Yeah, well, the middle name is Edward, so you got it there, but I go by Buzz. Bravo Uniform Zulu. Bravo Uniform Zulu. Back to you.
Yeah, I think tonight I will have only Edwards, you know. So whether it's in the middle name or somewhere else. Yeah, you're doing fine. Very good signal. Very good audio from your station as well. I'm fooling around with the computer while I'm talking to you, so I'm just a man. So multitasking is very hard for a man, HI. But I try to manage it. Ed, I'll call you Bob, right? So because you told me your first name, or probably Ed is how the wife calls you when she's angry. Oh, she.
No, she calls me, hey, you. Kurt, you're 9 over here in South Carolina. You're 9 over in South Carolina. Great signal, good audio, and I really appreciate the contact. I hope you have a very fine day, sir, and you take care and make a lot of contacts there. Good DX to you. Best 73. This is Whiskey Alpha 5, Alpha. Mike, clear.
Okay, well, I'll do my best. I'm going to see what's going to happen after this QSO with you. See if there's a pileup. You take care, boss. Take care. 73s, you take care, and talk to you soon, buddy.
Roger, roger.
Take care. Oscar, November 7. Oscar, Foxtrot. We're standing by.
Kilo 4, Lima, Echo, Lima.
Kilo 4, Lima, Echo, Lima. How you doing there, Mr. Kyle? This is Oscar, November 7, Oscar, Fox. Operator Kurt, KURT. Booming signal here in Belgium from Belston Spa. Go ahead, over.
Roger. You got that correct. My name is Kyle, Kilo Yankee Lima Echo. My call sign again is Kilo 4 Lima Echo Lima. I copy you as Oscar November 7, Alpha Foxtrot in Belgium. That's awesome. You're 5'9 plus 10 here in the foothills of the Adirondack Mountains. I have a cobweb antenna that's about 10 meters above the ground, and I'm receiving you perfectly here. Thank you. Over.
Yeah, QSL. I have you the 5 and 9 plus some dBs there into the red, Kyle. And just a correction on my call sign, it looks like an on-off switch. So if you would see a schematic, or if you look at the button on-off, it will write on-off, right? But replace the dash with a 7 and you're good with the call sign. So it's not Alpha, it's Oscar, Foxtrot. Back to you.
QSL, Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot.
That is correct, 100% correct there, Kyle. Yeah, I hope everything is okay with you. Do you got already some snow out there in your QTH, over?
Not yet. We're expecting the snow probably tomorrow. If not, then maybe in the early morning of Thursday. But the weather today is beautiful, and it's cold, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thank you very much for the QSO. I'll keep it sweet and short today. I'll try to work a few more because I'm not going to be very long on the radio. 73s, Kyle, you take care. I'll catch up with you later. We'll have you down the log for sure, over.
Roger, got it. I'm going to edit what I had in, and I hope you can confirm. Thank you.
73s, you take care. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, we're standby. CQ, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, calling and standing by.
Yeah, Kilo Bravo 1, Florida X-ray.
Oh, Kilo Bravo 1, Florida X-ray. Michael, how you doing? Good signal from you there. This is Kurt, KURT, like Kurt Cobain, smells like Teen Spirit. Go ahead.
First two words came out and then you just disappeared. KB1FX.
Yeah, QSL, Kilo Bravo 1 Foxtrot X-ray. I don't know if I did something wrong, or do you still copy me now, Michael, over?
There you go, now you're back. You're 5'8" here in the Massachusetts. Name here is Mike, as you saw. And you're 5'8", you're not sounding bad now. It sounds like the amp kind of gave up the relay there.
Yeah, sometimes I must tune the amplifier, which I didn't, and I probably is not really fine tuned. So maybe I get a little bit. I should tune it, but yeah, I'm a little bit too lazy. I put some stickers on the amplifier where I should position the different buttons, the tune and the load, and probably I mistuned it. So I just corrected it now. I think it should be okay. Yeah, Kyle, the name here is Kurt, like Kurt Cobain. I said it smells like Team Spirit. Go ahead, over.
Hi, QSL, Kurt. I know I've seen your call around. I'm not sure if it's on FT8. I think I might have tried to work you in the past without success, but this is our first contact. So it's nice to make your acquaintance, Kurt. Back to you.
Yeah, no FT8 for me, mate. I'm really a voice guy. Unless I get old and stubborn and I lose my voice, that's the moment I'll switch over to FT8. And I probably will go first with CW unless I get Parkinson, HI. Michael, you beautiful copy from your station. I'm not sure what you're running, but it seems to do the job. So yeah, my toys of joy, it's a Kenwood TS480 with a 2-element cubical quad and about 1 kW on the antenna with a OM Power 2000 plus. The receiver is an SDR receiver. I'm using the SDR Play. I'm doing a live stream as we speak, so you can listen back to your voice when you're, when you're able to connect to internet and type in my call sign either in QRZ.com or YouTube. Back to you, Michael. KB1FX ON7OFF, over.
QSL, Kurt. Yeah, we're only running 100 watts. I just made a change in the microphone. Hopefully you can still hear me. It didn't drop off too bad. Went a little bit more on the wide side. Running a Flex 5600M, which I like. It's the full display radio. And that allows me to do voice on the radio, and if I'm bored, I can do FT8 or something else on the computer screen, from the same radio. So I have a bunch of options. I'm running a gap Titan vertical. Like I said, only at 100 watts. Back to you.
Yeah, QSL. I prefer the microphone that you're using right now, Michael. You should go and have a look on, or have a listen on the live stream. It's like changing from a winter voice to a warm tropical man's summer voice, HI. So I prefer the one that you're using right now. It's more rich. Maybe it's a little bit overdriven, but it's more rich than the other one. Over.
Yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah, I still got just weird things that you can do on the microphone. Yeah, no, I agree. This I know sounds a lot better. But that little narrow switch on the microphone, I'm running a Heil GM4. It's a very old microphone. I got it 20 years ago when I was first licensed. And, and the little AB switch, it definitely makes a huge difference trying to get to a pileup. But I like a QSO like this, yeah, we try to run the wideband. It's a little better on your ears, that's for sure. Back to you.
Yeah, QSL. I got my receiver. I got my receiver at 3.6 kilohertz wide, but I think you're transmitting like 2.8 kilohertz. But nevertheless, it sounds great. The microphone that you're using right now is much better, or the settings are much better, whatever you did, than before. And I also have a couple of buttons here, but I honestly don't know which button is the best. I need to meet with one of these guys who's doing a live stream like I'm doing, so I can evaluate myself. So it's going to be a job for the next time. Michael. 5 and 9 plus 5 dB is your signal. You're pushing into the red here. Seems like you're sitting right next to me. So I'll give you a kick in the butt, Michael. Thank you very much for the cue. So I'll continue with the other guys who are standby and on the side. But I really appreciate the call and your patience there, Michael. Kilo Bravo 1 Foxtrot X-ray, Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, over.
QSL, the pleasure is all mine. I enjoyed the QSO, and we will bid you 73s from Massachusetts. Kilo Bravo 1, Florida X-ray.
73s. I got Kilo 4, what is it? Kilo 4 India Tango Bravo. One moment. No, Kilo 4, yeah, Kilo 4 Tango Bravo. Kilo 4 Tango Bravo, go ahead. Yeah, okay, Bill, I heard you in there, but you're barely making it to me. I'm not sure if you've got the same phenomena on your end, but on this end, the signal is really close to my ground floor. I hope you still copy me. I hope the propagation is coming back. We just have to be patient. Kilo 4 Tango Bravo, Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, I'll pass microphone back to you.
Roger, Kurt. Okay, buddy. We'll call you when the propagation comes back up. No, it's a QSB going up and down. You're 5 and 9, and then you go down to 5 and 5, 5 and 3. But good to hear you again. Nice to see you on the live feed, and just trying out this FPV again, and maybe we have better propagation later. Your friend in Virginia, Kilowatt 4 India Tango Bravo, Bill in Virginia. That's you.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, I think you wrote in the chat box that you're using your new radio, the what is it, FTDX 101. So yeah, if you want to do some tests, just be my guest. If you want to change some settings or you want to try something out, Bill, let me know. Okay, now the propagation is back. If Mother Nature allows us to carry on, why not? You know. So if you want to give some you know, you want to do some test or you know, test the gear, the radio, the microphone, whatever, let me know. I'm all ears. So.
Roger, Kurt. Okay, good luck to you, my friend. Enjoy the opening, and we'll definitely listen for you again and get in touch. Happy to have you back in the log. K4ITB clear.
Yeah, QSL, Kilo 4, India Tango Bravo. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us also on the live stream. You take care and talk to you soon. Kilo 4, India Tango Bravo, Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, I'll wave on the camera, 73. Any other station, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, we're calling and standing by. QRZ. Something Zulu Lima, make your call. Yeah, I have Zulu Lima, but I need the rest of the call sign. Okay, I have Kilo question mark Echo Zulu Lima. Kilo question mark Echo Zulu Lima. Go ahead. Is that correct? I have Kilo Echo 2 Zulu Lima. Kilo Echo 2 Zulu Lima. Okay, Kilo Echo 2 Delta Zulu Lima. I have Kilo Echo 2 Delta Zulu Lima. I hope I have it correct because you're very close to my ground floor noise. Go ahead, over. Okay, I think I have it right now. Kilo Echo 8 Delta Zulu Lima. Kilo Echo 8 Delta Zulu Lima. Can you, is this Chris on the other side? Are you Chris, over? Okay, Chris, I have you 3x4, 3x4, so it's kind of difficult to pull you out. I hope I have your call sign correct. Kilo Echo 8 Delta Zulu Lima. Back to you, sir. Okay, I will log you with Kilo Echo 8 Delta Zulu Lima, and I hope I have it correct. In the worst case scenario, what you do is send me a message to my email. 73 is Chris. I'm sorry, it's very hard for me to get you and pull you down here. Very hard to pull you out of the ground floor noise. Ground floor noise. There you go. Kilo Echo 8 Delta Zulu Lima from Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox. Any other station? This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, QRZ.
November Alpha 4, Delta Alpha.
November Alpha 4, Delta Alpha. Nice to meet you, Andrew. This is ON7OFF here in Brussels. You're 5 and 9. Go ahead.
Hi, Kurt. The name is Andy, and you're 5-9 in Florida. Very nice, strong signal. There's a little QSB, but very nice signal into Florida today. Kurt, back to you.
Yeah, QSL, Andy. QSL, thanks for coming back to the call and being patient. I hope everything is okay there in Florida. Did you get any trouble with the big storms out there, Andy? Over.
Well, yeah, I spent the first half of the day cleaning up debris from the trees. Had them in several piles and had to move them to a burn pile. I'm in a rural part of Florida on a horse farm, so we can pile all the tree debris and burn it. And that was the first part of my day, Kurt, so I think I got on top of it now. We had no damage. One of my rotors is not turning at the moment. I'm not sure if that's associated with the storm or whether it was just time for it to go, but I've got one of my rotors that will not turn. But otherwise, the station's in good shape, and we didn't have too much water, and the winds were not too severe, actually, for us here in the center of the state. But hopefully that will be the last storm of the year for us. Kurt, back to you.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, I can understand that it's kind of harsh when you get these big storms, especially hurricanes coming over. So you just only have horses, or you have other cattle that you're breeding? Back to you. One moment. I'm just checking on your QRZ page, actually, Andy, and quickly going to Google Street View. So yeah, I was wondering, is it only horses?
We just have a couple of horses on the property. It's a small property, 5 acres. So just 2 horses, and they were fine in the storm. They rode it out in our barn and didn't have any difficulties, so everything is good. Yeah, I don't know if that Google picture is very current. There are not many people in this area, so I don't think they do photography very often in these areas that are not very populated. But yeah, it might show the towers there. I'm not sure. Are you seeing evidence of ham radio, Kurt?
Well, the only thing I can see is the notice of farm produce, and it says Harbinson Cattle and Produce Park. So with some tomatoes and what is it? I think it's also melon or watermelon. That's the only thing I can see in that corner. I think you're a little bit further down the road, but I cannot go further with the Google Street View. I think I'm already okay, but yeah, this is my way of traveling, to be honest with you, Andy. It's from my way of traveling, so no any signs of any antenna. I cannot see anything. I'm not sure what's the date they have made these Google Street View pictures, but you can check that out. I'm not on Google Street View. I'm using another application, or I'm actually using the Google Street View while I'm clicking through from the QRZ page. But yeah, it looks like a beautiful flat area there in Florida. I always imagine Florida, Palm Beach there, but there's more than just the palm trees. Back to you. Over.
We don't have any palm trees on our property. All our trees are oak. They're called live oak trees, quite tall, quite old, 200 to 400 years old, these oak trees. And they can stand up to a storm pretty good, but when they do come down with a big bang, and they can be very destructive when they come down. But yeah, I think the farm behind us, which is 640 acres, they have 30 acres of blueberries, and I don't know, again, when that photo was taken, and whether it captures the fact that they have the blueberries back there, but they'll grow blueberries or peanuts or, whatever it is they're growing these days.
And many of the other farms around us have animals, goats, horses. There are some cows around. The guys right behind us have cows. So, yeah, there's quite a bit of critters running around here. Kurt, go ahead.
Yeah, QSL. I'm just wondering, did you buy the property, or is this a heritage coming from your parents over?
No, we bought the property. My wife is a trainer and rider. She rides almost every day. So she always has a horse or two that she's working with in terms of training. She's a jumper, a hunter jumper is the discipline. And I don't know if you can see the jumps in the back. Sometimes from those satellite views you can actually see the horse jumps if they're set up when they do the photos. So no, it's just a little 5-acre horse farm, and we love it. It's great fun. And it gives me enough room to put out some wire antennas and a couple of towers here. There's a 70-foot tower and a 50-foot tower. And we've got a few antennas, and we're having fun on the ham radio. Kurt, back to you. NA4DA.
NA4DA, 17 OFF returning. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I can imagine that when you're quite remote, that this is your window to the world. When you open the radio and you get in touch with people from all over the big spaceship we're walking on, so for sure. Okay, I'll keep it sweet and short because I've got the live stream rolling, so I might have some other guys giving me a shout. But I really appreciate the contact, Andy. Very good copy on you all the way. I didn't miss a single letter of what you said, so it seems to work very well, and I think you don't have to change anything on your working conditions. And the FTDX 101 is doing a great job. You can see it on the live stream when you get to your YouTube channel or to the YouTube channel. November Alpha 4 Delta Alpha Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox Fox. I'll wave on the camera as well. You take care. 73's over.
Thank you, Kurt. Nice to meet you for the first time, and it's good to get you in the log. 73 is from Florida. NA4DA.
NA4DA, 73s, you take care from 17 OFF. 73s, God bless you, stay safe. 17 OFF, we're standby. CQ, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox calling and standing by. QRZ. Romeo. Romeo, make your call. Hello, Enrico. I hope you can hear me there. QRZDX, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox in Belgium, standing by. QRZ, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, calling and standby.
QRZ.
This is Oscar November number 7, Oscar Foxtrot on 7 off, standing by. CQ, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. This is Brussels calling from the capital city of Europe. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, standing by QRZ.
Victor Alpha 3, Italy Radio.
Again?
Victor Alpha 3, Italy Radio.
Victor Alpha 3, Italy Radio. How you doing, David? This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. 5 and 7 is your report, David. Go ahead.
Roger, Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. You're also going to 5 and 7 in Toronto. We have a little bit of entry, but the conditions are not too bad. So back to you.
Yeah, QSL, David. Fine business. You're doing a fine job there from Toronto, Canada. I'm quickly having a look on your QRZ page. Seems you are still in the pedals there. Yeah, fine business. Very good to hear you. I see that you're from Glasgow. How did you end up in Canada? I really want to know. Over. Yeah, David, you still copy. Victor Alpha 3, India Romeo from ON7 OFF, over.
Yeah, Roger. I was just changing my antenna to offset the fed wire. I can hear you a little bit better. So back to you.
Yeah, okay. What was the other antenna? So you changed antenna from which antenna to which, over?
I have a rotatable dipole on the roof of my house, but it doesn't rotate anywhere, so it was just facing one direction. I could hear you okay, but I changed to a wire dipole, and I can hear you much better. Conditions are not too bad. So thank you.
Yeah, you just became much stronger. I get you 5 and 9 now, so there's about 2 S points of difference between your first transmission and the current transmission. So it seems that there is quite a difference, David. Victor Alpha 3, India Romeo, Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, back to you.
Roger, Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. I guess the weather conditions are not too bad in Belgium just now. I was watching some cycling from on the weekend. Cyclocross from, I think it was from Belgium, but the weather didn't look too bad. We actually got a little bit of snow today. I don't think it'll last. In the next couple of hours it's going to melt, but it was quite a surprise. So back to you.
Yeah, you keep the snow over there. We prefer good dry weather and no snow and no frost. For sure, David. We're not very keen on snow. Here in Belgium, when it snows, traffic is awful. It's like a heart attack. Everything just comes to a standstill over here. The authorities here are not prepared for this kind of meteorological conditions, for sure. Wow, you're doing much better now with that antenna. You get about 2 S points of tailwind there, so it's just much better than just the before. So with the other antenna. I'm doing a live stream, so you can listen for yourself if you tune in into the live stream or if you want to listen to it later on. Victor Alpha 3, India Romeo, from Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. Back to you, David.
Yeah, Roger, Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. Yeah, we don't have much problem with snow. Toronto's a huge city, and we get thousands of snow clouds. But we don't really get very much snow because we're on the north side of Lake Ontario, and most of the heavy snow is on the American side on the other side because the prevailing winds are from the northwest. So it's not blowing much moisture over the continent. But we do get some leak effect snow coming from Lake Huron, which is probably about 250 kilometers, 300 kilometers north of us. But once the wind starts blowing,
we can get some leak effect snow. But Toronto really has quite pleasant weather. We do get some snow, and we get nice hot summers. So that's one contribution. So thank you.
Yeah, QSL, fantastic. Hey, in 1966 you came to Canada. How did you end up going to Canada, David? Back to you.
Well, you've got to remember, in 1966, Glasgow was an old, worn-out industrial city, and my older brother lived here. So I decided, I was 19, and I decided that's all this house was to do. So I came here, and I actually went back to Scotland around 1970. I went back, I was there for a few months, and I thought, no, I went back to Canada. I've lived here almost my whole life. My family's grown up, and I don't agree with guys talking on my radio. So back to you.
Yeah, QSL. I can almost not perceive your Scottish accent from Glasgow. So you must have unlearned it by going to Canada such a long time ago. Okay, I'll let you go, David. I really appreciate coming back to the call. Just be careful on that bike, but yeah, I hope we can cross aerials again. I'll keep it short tonight because the live stream brings along quite a lot of people. Victor Alpha 3 India Romeo. This is Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox. I'll wave to the camera as well, and I hope to cross aerials soon. VA3IR ON7 OFF, over.
Roger, ON7 OFF. Actually, one of my sons bought me a book about Eddie for my birthday. I didn't realize that we were so old. He was young, I was young. He rode a bike a heck of a lot better than I ever did. Anyway, have a nice evening. It's been a pleasure.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate the cue. So take care there, David, and stay safe, my friend. Pleasure is all mine to make your acquaintance. Victor Alpha 3 India Romeo from Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox 73.
Have a nice evening.
Thanks a lot, 73. Any other station before I quit here? This is Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox.
Kilo Alpha 4 Delta Lima Tango.
Kilo Alpha 4, complete the call.
Yes, sir. Kilo Alpha 4 Delta Lima Tango. Denver, London.
How you doing, Dave? Nice to meet you. Kilo Alpha 4 Delta Lima Tango. Nice to meet you. I think it's the first time we cross aerials. This is Kurt, KURT, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango, and you're 5 and 7 to 5 and 8 here in Belgium. Go ahead, Dave.
Thank you so much for the 5-7-5-8. No, I just had to holler at you. You probably have the most, it's got to be in the top 10, most unique call signs in ham radio. It's great. I sure appreciate it. Again, you're 5'9". You're 5'9" here in Central Florida. And I just want to bid you 7-3 and good luck, but I love that call sign. That's great. Take care, buddy. 7-3, Kurt.
Yeah, QSL. Actually, I wanted to get on air, but then on off, it made more sense to me. Turning the radio on and off 7 times in a week, it makes more sense. But yeah, we could go with on air as well, and apparently it's still available. So if there's a Belgian station listening along, they can go ahead with it, because on air would work too. 73s, Dave, I really appreciate, and yeah, we'll keep on going on 7 days a week, turning it on and off. Go ahead, over.
Good luck to you on 7 days a week, buddy. Take care, man. We'll talk to you later, Kurt.
73s, take care. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox. We're standby.
Kilo X-ray 4 X-ray.
Kilo X-ray 4 X-ray. That's also a nice call sign. Nice to meet you, Del. I've never heard somebody with the name of Del. Anyway, my computer is a Dell. Go ahead, over.
Dion. My computer's a Dell too. I've had that name since 1941. You're 5'9" in Alabama.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, that's a very unusual name. So yeah, if you tell somebody your name, they will never forget it because it's very well known all over the planet. Over.
That's true.
I think you just have to say it once, and they know your name for the rest of their lives. Del, you're 5 and 9 here. Very good report. Just checking where you at. Over.
Well, folks call it and take care. Thanks for the contact. OM7OFFKX4.
Yeah, QSL. I see you sitting on the horse, so it must be fun. Next time you need to carry a portable setup. It's going to be horse mobile, Del. Back to you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Kilo X-ray, 4 X-ray. You take care, Del. Pleasure is all mine there. I think you're from Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. Take care. 73 is QRZ. Oscar, November 7. Oscar, Fox. We're standby. QRZ. This is Oscar, November 7. Oscar, Fox. This is Brussels calling and standing by. CQ 20 meters. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, ON7 OFF. We're standing by.
Delta 8, November uniform.
Kilo Delta 8, complete the call. Good evening.
Good evening. It's Kilo Delta 8, November uniform.
Okay, Kilo Delta 8. November uniform. Thank you very much, Donald, giving me a shout. I really appreciate. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox. Operator here is Kurt, like Kurt Cobain. You're 5 and 8, 58 here tonight, Donald. Back to you.
You're a 5-7 into Wisconsin, Kurt. You're 5-7 into Wisconsin, over.
Yeah, QSL. Very good. Very happy to make the acquaintance. Sounding great with your setup and with your station there. I'm located south of Brussels. It's about half an hour drive to get from here to the city center. So we're very close to the city center of Brussels. It's a small city, actually. Nothing to be compared like New York or something. It's a very small city, Donald. Yeah, very nice. You're coming in with a very solid 5 and 8 here, and audio report is perfect. I'm doing a live stream, so you can review it back later and check out your audio. Running about 1 kW into a 2-element cubical quad there, Donald. Back to you. Kilo Delta 8, November uniform. From Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, over.
November 7, OFF 73s, and take care, Kurt. We hope to meet you on the bands again someday in the future. Take care, 73s.
73s, you take care, Donald. Talk to you soon. KD8NNU, ON7 OFF. Bye-bye. Before I go QRT or QSY, ON7 OFF, we're standing by.
Whiskey 8, Whiskey Yankee.
Whiskey 8, Whiskey Yankee, I think it was. Whiskey 8, Whiskey Yankee. Nice to meet you. Go ahead, sir. Is this James?
Roger, Kurt, it is James. You're coming in here about 57, 58, southwestern Ohio. QSL?
Yeah, how you doing, James? We had the QSO before. It was on the 25th of May this year. But that was on 15 meters, so there's a couple of more bands to go before we have them all. We have them done all of them. Yeah, nice to hear you. Very strong and solid copy. I'm going to keep my eye on the S meter because I think you're way in the red. Go ahead.
Roger that, Kurt. Well, Kurt, you're staying at 5'8" here in southwest Ohio. Kurt, we're just southeast of Dayton, Ohio. QSL?
Yeah, QSL. You're 5 to 8 dB over the 9. So beautiful sounding station you have. Last time we spoke, you were pretty strong as well. So you must have a very premium location there, James. Over.
Negative. We're in a city here. We're in a little burg called Centerville, and we're on a city lot. So we have a wire beam antenna up about 40 feet,
and we're trying to stay away from the neighbor's yard. 17 WI. Back to you, Kurt.
Yeah, QSL, I'm just looking at the band scope. I have a full overview of the 20-meter band, and you're the second loudest station I can see on my waterfall here. So you're doing a great job. Whatever you're doing, it seems to work fine. Or maybe you connected your coax cable to mine last night. I need to check it out, HI. Yeah, good signal, James. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. Yeah, the Buckeye. It's nuts time, isn't it? I think the squirrels are doing their job at the moment, James. Over.
Roger that. They certainly are. We're in the late fall of the year. In fact, we're just starting in a winter. Most of the leaves and the nuts are already down. Over.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, it must be pretty beautiful there in Centerville, Ohio. But yeah, it seems to work fine. Okay, James, I'll keep it short and sweet. But pleasure is all mine to see you and meet you here on 20 meters. What do we still have to do? 17, 12, 10 meter, eventually 40 meter and 100, and 80 meter. These are the bands I can operate on. So we need to meet over there as well. So we'll give it a try. I'll keep on listening for your call sign there, James. Whiskey 8, Whiskey Yankee from ON7 OFF, over.
Roger, Kurt. Well, thanks for coming back to my call. It's a pleasure to work you on this band, my friend. ON7 OFF, W8, WI, 73.
73, so you take care and stay safe, James. Whiskey 8, Whiskey Yankee, ON7 OFF, stand by.
Oscar Mike 0, Echo Tango.
Oscar Mike 0, Echo Tango, OM0, Echo Tango. Nice to meet you, sir. I think it must be Paul there in Slovak Republic. I got you on the back of the beam, but it seems to work fine for me. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Kurt. Nice to see you. I think for the first time, I've been looking at your live stream a couple of times in the past. I'm not currently online on your live stream, but you mentioned in your previous contact that you're live streaming right now. Okay. Papa Alpha Uniform Lima, and your signal report here in Slovakia is 5 and 9 plus 10 dB on the back of your beam. That is really good, and you are, I think, actually the strongest station, on the band scope. I can see here on 20 meters. So you're doing really good job, Kurt. 9 plus 10 dB in the peak. Back to you. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, Oscar Mike 0, Echo Tango.
Yeah, Paul, okay. I turned the beam towards you. I'm not sure if there's a big difference or not, but now I get you really in the red. Yeah, I'm doing the live stream as we speak, Paul. You can have a listen. If you need to do any test of your gear, microphone, radio, antenna comparison, without amplifier, whatever, I'm here. I'm here now. It's the time for you to do it, to do the test. I can widen my bandwidth as wide as I want because I'm using the SDR play, so I've got a lot of flexibility in the receive. And yeah, didn't look at the meter, but you're easily dB into the red now. But propagation seems to die out with North America right now. I think we're close to the end of the propagation of today. We'll have to wake up in the middle of the night, see if there's still some openings into the United States or maybe somewhere else. But it's good to turn the beam towards Eastern Europe. Maybe we hear something special, you know. Maybe I'll hear one beautiful Russian Fräulein coming back to me. We'll see what happens. HI. Paul, fine business, mate. Happy to make the acquaintance, and I'm happy that you are on the live stream as well. I know I'm not really, how could I say, structured in being in the live stream. It's not like other live streamers who are on there every day or on very specific times. It's really when I find a little hole in my agenda where I can make some time and be on the radio. That's where I operate the radio. But it's very erratic. It's randomized, my presence on internet. So the best thing is just subscribe and add the notification bell. Paul, back to you. Oscar Mike 0 Echo Tango from Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox, over.
QSL, Kurt, QSL, 100% copy. Just a little QSP on your signal, but you're always, all the time, very, very strong here. I'm also doing live streams, especially during the Sundays. In the Sundays afternoon, I'm doing the live streams, and sometimes, from time to time, somebody send me the recording from the second side. So I have some imagination of the sound on the second side as well. So that's really nice. Yes, I'm currently on your YouTube live stream, and it's very interesting to see the signal on the spectrum scope. Good. Okay, so I will not hold you too long. I'm running 100 watts and 2-element hex beam, which is beaming right to your direction. And the ICOM 7610 is here in my shack transceiver. So, was a pleasure to meet you here, Kurt, and I wish you good luck, 73. All the best to you and your family. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. By the way, very nice call sign. This is Oscar Mike 0 Echo Tango.
Yeah, QSL. I have just a personal question. You speak very good English, Paul. Did you live abroad, or where did you pick up the English language skills? Over?
Negative. No, I'm just a self-learner, and some of my English is from the radio. As a very young man, I was starting on the radio, on the CB radio actually, on 555, and I started with talking to many stations from UK, especially from UK. We have a very good position to the UK on the short base, and on the regular basis I was talking to many friends from the UK. Maybe there it was the best school for the English. And the other thing is that we have everything in English. The movies are in English, and all those things on the internet are in English. So I think that is not so heavy to learn English these days for the young people. Back to you, Kurt. Over.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, I'm always wondering where people pick up the language skills, and I probably have had the same course in life like yourself. I started off very young. I think I was like 16, 17 years old when I first started on CB radio, and I was there for 33 years until a couple of years ago when the lockdown happened. I didn't want to get that period sucked up with nothing but void, so I wanted to do something, and that's where I learned my ham ticket, and I got the ham license. I went straight for the A-class license. So the A-class, it was the only license I could do, because when you want to do a novice or intermediate, you had to go to what they call the ham school, and everything was in lockdown during that period. So I had no other choice but to go for the Class A license straight away. And I'm happy I did it, because, it opens the doors. And, since I was like 16, my preferred countries to talk to, like yourself, was England, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, US of A. So all these English-speaking countries were the ones that I was mostly interested in, because you can have a little longer conversations with these people and talk about all kinds of stuff. And at the same time, it was a very steep learning curve for my English language skills that I was gathering by talking to people all over. And as you said, everything is in English. You go on Google and you type anything, it will respond with all English websites. So, these days things, and if you need to do business internationally, you definitely have to have very good English language skills. But I speak basically 5 languages fluently, of which are German, Dutch, French, English and Thai. My wife is from Thailand. I learned that language just by myself as well, like yourself. No school, and I speak very fluent Thai. It took me about 4 or 5 years to get pretty fluent, and not being afraid of talking the language with anybody over there, because I think the biggest mistake that people are making when they're learning a language is that they're shy in talking. And if you're shy, you can't learn anything, because you won't speak the language, you won't be able to practice. Okay, I'll wish you a good evening. Pleasure is absolutely mine, Paul. I really hope that we can have a longer conversation next time. And I think it would be great to meet you also in other bands, maybe 40 meter. I don't know if you hear Belgium on 40 meter, but normally it should be okay. Oscar Mike 0 ET, like the ET movie, HI, ON7OFF, over.
Yeah, Roger, like the ET, like extraterrestrial. Or some say that ET Calling Home. Everybody knows that movie. Yeah, absolutely agree with you, Kurt. Absolutely agree with you. And yeah, people have to start talking, and that's the great lesson to the people who wants to talking in English. And I must say one thing that some say here in my country, that how many languages you know, so many men you are, or something like that in English translation. So that's absolutely true, because how many languages you know, you can have or suck so many information from whole world, from the books and such a thing. So I think that's really good to know. Not just the one language. Okay. So thank you, and we'll be happy to meet you in my next live stream as well. If you visit my YouTube channel, you can find it. I will try to make a live stream every Sunday and Sunday afternoon. All right. So thank you so much again for the contact. Have a good evening and enjoy the radio. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, Oscar Mike 0, Echo Tango. Good afternoon.
Yeah, QSL Paul, just to reply back regarding the live stream. I am living in an opposite world. I'm working every weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and public national holidays. That's when I'm on the job. So basically, I won't be able to make it to your live stream unless the weather conditions are forcing me to stay home, and I can be home on a Sunday. I'm a perfumer. I design perfumes, and I'm attending a handicraft market in the city center of Brussels, Paul. So I'm attending that handicraft market, which is basically a market for tourists every weekend and public national holidays. So unless there is a storm or something else is happening and I can go, which is very unusual, I'll be on here and try to join in the live stream on your end as well. I'll check it out on your QRZ page, see if I can subscribe to the live stream. But definitely very interesting, because I would like to do some tests in the future regarding my microphone settings and stuff like that. And having a live stream is a really good way of evaluating your own audio quality and settings. And by the way, OM, I got an OM Power right next to me. You cannot see it on the camera, but they make bloody good amplifiers. Believe me, you have to be proud about OM Power, because these guys are doing a great job. Paul, 73s, OM0ET, ON7OFF.
Oh yeah, Roger. The boys from the OM Powers are employed, actually, employed in also in the radio club, very close to my QTH. I have been in this club a few times, but never met the boys from the OM Power. But I know they are involved in this club. So yeah, many people around the world are using this OM Power power amplifier. So we are very happy because at least in this way, Slovakia is a little bit famous due to this OM power amplifier. So that's great. Okay, 73, and have a good evening. Hope to catch you again. Of course, you're very welcome in my live stream next time. 73, and maybe I should go to the Brussels to visit your shop. 73, have a good day.
Yeah, it's very easy. You just arrive at the city center and you'll see me right next to the city center. And it reminds me, Paul, before I got licensed, I was operating from the mobile setup with Italy on around T5, and I told this guy, you're a very strong signal because, antenna made in America, what is it, Antron 99 or whatever, is not good, but antenna made in Italy is perfect. And it flattered his ego, and the guy was so happy. So anyway, I had that guy with a big smile on his face that day. You take care, Paul. I think you have a big smile on your face right now as well. You take care. Talk to you soon. Oscar Mike 0 Echo Tango. Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox Fox clear. Bye bye.
Yeah, finally I got why the Italians are so strong all the time here in the country. They have absolutely perfect antennas then. 73, and a good evening. Bye-bye.
73, got you down the log. Hope to meet you soon. ON7 OSF clear. Bye-bye.
Oscar Mike 1, Romeo Delta.
Oscar Mike 1, Romeo Delta. There you go. Now we get the Oscar Mike waking up. Go ahead, Oscar Mike 1, Radio Delta.
Pozdravujem ťa, ak si to ty, OM1 ET, OM0 ET.
Yeah, Martin, my Slovak language skills is near to -0. Nice to meet you, Oscar Mike 1, Romeo Delta, Mr. Martin. Go ahead.
And what is your call sign?
My call sign is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, Martin. Back to you.
Thank you. Report is 5959. I am in Senec, 20 kilometers near Bratislava.
Okay, nice to meet you there, Martin. I was just talking to your neighbor, and he was booming in with a fantastic signal. Maybe Paul Oscar Mike 0 Echo Tango. You know Mr. Paul?
But I never speak with him.
Yeah, okay, QSL, fine business. You're also 5 plus 10 dB into the red here. Very good signal report from your station there, Martin. Very, very good copy on your station. Hope you're doing fine today. I'm located close to Brussels. I'm very close to the capital city, and my first name is Kurt. Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango, KURT. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, your signal is also good. I testing new Delta loop, but it's not good on 80 meters, on 40 meters, so I am a little bit sad. Maybe I will try this weekend make something new.
Okay. Is that a one element Delta loop, Martin, over?
Yes, it's one element Delta loop. It's on the trees, and one side is on my roof. And I want to make a multi-band Delta loop, but I have now Delta loop only for 13 megahertz.
Yeah, QSL, yes. Eventually, just make different Delta loops for the different bands and feed them with different feed points. I'm using a cubicle quad, and this one has a single feed point, so one coax cable for 5 bands. I just have to switch the dial, change frequency, and I'm good to go. So there's nothing that I need to do. Don't need to tune, don't need to switch antenna cables or whatsoever. Just one flat cable going to the antenna, and I'm good to go. So it's pretty, how could I say, pretty easy, and also pretty cheap, because you don't need to buy all these different coax cables to feed every single loop of the cubicle quad individually. So there you are. Okay, Martin, thank you very much for the QSO. You're doing a fine job. I was just talking to Paul, telling him that the OM Power guys are doing a great job there in Slovak Republic. Martin, you take care. Oscar Mike 1 Romeo Delta from Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox Fox.
Okay, thank you for QSO, and I wish you many contacts, and maybe next time on the air. Bye-bye, 73.
73s, enjoy the DX, Martin. Oscar Mike 1 Romeo Delta from Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox Fox. Bye-bye.
Lima Alpha 2 India Mike Alpha.
Lima Alpha 2, what is it again, the rest? Come again with the rest?
Yeah, it's India Mike Alpha. India Mike Alpha, roger.
Hello, Ingad, or Björn, I don't know how I should pronounce Björn. I think it's Björn, yeah, that must be your first name. Well, that's a surprise. I didn't expect to hear Norway at all this evening. I turned the beam from North America towards Oscar Mike land, and then I get you in there. How you doing, Björn? This is Kurt here, KURT, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. Thanks for calling, and I just want to point out I'm doing a live stream as we speak, Björn, so you're in the live stream as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, roger. Yeah, I heard you were talking about the live stream and the OM amplifiers, so you had an incredible signal. You're on the plus side of the 5 and 9 tonight, and I also got an OM amplifier actually. It's just idling by my side here with a kilowatt output, and 3-element stepper is the antenna I'm using. And the transceiver is an ICOM IC 7600, so you got a complete setup there. And yeah, you got a nice signal today. We haven't spoken before, so this is our first QSO, Kurt, and nice to meet you on the the name is Björn, as you said, pronounced Björn, and I'm located in the southern east part of Norway, approximately 100 kilometers south of Oslo, the capital, roger.
Yeah, QSL, you're doing absolutely fine, and yeah, I don't know which one of the OM power amplifier you're running. I'm using the OM 2000 plus. I made one mistake. I should have maybe taken one that is remotely controllable, because sometimes I do a remote control setup and I cannot use the amplifier, so I'm stuck with the barefoot power of the radio. I'm running a TS480 as far as my TX is concerned, because I'm splitting my RX and TX with two different devices. I'm using the SDR Play receiver for my RX, so it gives me a very nice overview of the entire band on which I'm working. And boy, you're pushing a 5 and 9 plus 30 to 40 dB into the red. You're blowing smoke. I get my hair blowing with the wind of the speaker. So Björn, beautiful signal you're pushing. I'm surprised that we get this short skip, and it seems to be quite stable, which is quite remarkable, because in general, when we've got this short skip, it just fades out very quickly. But tonight, we are lucky with the short skip as well. Normally, this phenomena is something that we more or less get more during the summertime, right? So when the sporadic key is kicking off. But yeah, tonight it seems to be that we have some sporadic key as well. Maybe there might be some magnetic storm coming down our way, Bjorn. I don't know. Lima Alpha 2, India Mike Alpha from Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, over.
Yeah, roger, Kurt. And yeah, I also had contact with the northern part of Norway on 20 meters the last day. So it seems like it's good short skip conditions. Have been for, I think it's been for a week now. So, but yeah, the OM amplifier, I got a full manual OM. It's an old one. It's an OM 3500 HF. So it's a big amplifier, running a kilowatt at the moment, 1 kilowatt output, and the antenna. I don't know if I told you that it was a stepper, but it's a 3-element stepper. So it's a 3-element beam in your direction, and you're also peaking 5 9 plus 20. 5 9 plus 20. I don't know your output, but I think it's about a kilowatt on your side also. But yeah, I normally have smaller ears than the mouth, Kurt. Roger.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, I'm just having a little sneak peek on your QTH. It looks pretty awesome there. Beautiful place. Kind of greenish, and it seems you're a little bit on the top of the hill next to the main road. So that sounds and looks very good. I think you're very lucky with your QTH there with the stepper antenna. I'm using a 2-element cubical quad, which for me is working absolutely outstanding. I got this one from an amateur radio guy who just moved to another QTH, and he had it for sale together with the tilt over tower, and I just took the opportunity to take that one, and it fits my needs because I wanted to have something that is not too big, that doesn't have to be too high, and that has 5 bands straight away. And this one has a single feed point for the 5 different bands. I can work with the WARC bands as well. What is nice about it is that you don't need this cubical quad at a very high altitude compared to Yagi antenna, which is for me quite frightening if it's too high because you're very vulnerable to lightning. And we do get our fair amount of lightning over the year here in my QTH. I once had lightning striking my 22-meter tower that I had I think I'm talking about, what is it, maybe 20 more years ago. And it took down my rotor and my amplifier. Luckily, the radio wasn't affected by the lightning strike because it was disconnected, but still quite a lot of damage. And, you have to take off the antenna because you need to remove the rotor, so it was quite annoying. So yeah, this one is much lower in altitude. I have this one set up at about 15 meters high. There's a couple of trees right next to it that are reaching the same altitude, so when the lightning strikes, it might as good fall on the antenna that is in that tree as a lightning sucker, if you can call it that way, or maybe on my antenna if I'm unlucky. Back to you, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I haven't had direct hit on my antenna yet, but I've had close by. I have some trees here, so I have a tree 50 meters from here. The lightning strikes the tree, which I got my mailbox. So and then I was sitting on the porch just 50 meters, and it was quite heavy. You can taste it. You can taste the flash. You can taste everything. So it was pretty nearby. But okay. I watched my QRZ.com page. I also watched your page when I was listening to you talking to the other guy there. And I can see you have a lot of birds on the page. There's nice birds, kind of special. And I also saw the cock down there on the video. So nice picture you got there. And my antenna tower is about 15 meters. It's 15 meters, and I want to put up a new one, 20 meters tower on beside the house here. I need some more antennas on 40 meters. So I'm thinking about it. I need to have some service in the antenna tower before the winter now. So I will get a lift next week, I think, and I have had some problems with the rotator. It went for a ride by himself, so I have 3 of 4 coaxes are damaged. So I have no 6 meter, no 4 meter, and no 2 meter and 70 centimeters. So I think I will extend the antenna, the top of the antenna a little bit, and put up 17 element on 2 meter, and 21 on 70 centimeters, and or maybe also at 23 centimeter beam. I don't know yet, but I have a dish for 23 centimeters moon bounce. It's a circular feed, so I want to have antenna on 23 centimeters. That's our horizontal polarized. So we'll see. I don't know, but the HF antenna is the only antenna working in the tower at the moment, and then I will have to enjoy that one and not the other bands, Roger.
Yeah, QSL, fantastic. Yeah, I can imagine that. You need to be careful when you do these works. Okay, just Björn, be careful, because lots of accidents happen when you work on antennas and towers. If you've got the appropriate equipment, it's okay. I remember when I was, I started off on CB radio when I was like 16, 17, until, I was there for 33 years until beginning of 2020, when we had that famous lockdown worldwide. And I remember back in the old age when I was setting up my tower. It was a 22-meter high tower. One of my friends, he climbed up to the tower to actually fix the last 4-meter element to the top of the tower. So we were at an altitude of 18, and it was 22 meters high. And he took that screwdriver or whatever tool with him. And by the time he went up there, he started to tighten the bolts. And I was just halfway up the tower, and suddenly he let that tool fall on the ground. And I remember, so I was very lucky that day. I remember right to my left ear, I hear that wind and the noise of the wind of that tool that just fell right next to my head. So that day I had an angel just looking over me, because I probably wouldn't be talking here with you right now if that fell on my head while I was halfway up on that tower. If a tool like that is maybe half a kilo or 1 kilo falls down on your head, you probably won't survive it, especially because you're halfway up that tower. So just be careful, Björn. It's very dangerous, and you have to take all precautions to avoid any accidents. Anyway, I'm looking forward when you get everything set up. I'm not really keen on VHF, UHF. I've always been a HF guy since I was a kid. I like the surprise effect that we have here on HF, talking to the other side of the world at certain moments. So, VHF, UHF, not really my piece of cake. I might do maybe in the future, when the propagation starts to die out, something like moon bounce or stuff like that, something that maybe has a little bit of an interest. But HF for me is my number one choice. Björn, back to you. Lima Alpha 2, India Mike Alpha from Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, over.
Fox, over.
Yeah, Roger. And the HF, that's where the people are. The higher bands, it's not many QRV on that bands, but I've been working. It's 2 meter and 70 centimeters and also 23 centimeters. It's really fun when it's tropo and propagations on the bands. I've been working. I think my record of distance is Croatia on 70 centimeters. So you can do a lot of, and I also got a first contact to Slovenia on the 70 centimeters. So that's a little bit, that's funny, I think. And I will not be climbing my tower. I get a lift so I can use it when I'm working. So I'm standing in the cage, and I've been close to some accidents in the tower. I've been a ham radio operator for 22 years. I also started out with a CB radio. I think I was 8 or 9 years old. Then we started with the CB radio, and I was having fun with that many years. And some of my friends back then, when they were 16, that's when you can get the license in Norway. They got the ham radio license, and I was a little bit slow, so I didn't try to get the license before at 2000 or in 1999 or something. So I was more interested in cars and girls. So Roger.
QSL, Björn. Yeah, if you started off that young, you can tell people that you had the milk bottle in your left hand and the microphone in your right hand. So that's how you started off, so absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I remember, everybody have their own history about radio, but I remember when I was like 16, 17 years old, I had my friends just asking me, hey, you're gonna go out, you're gonna go with us? I just tried to hide because I wanted to be on that radio. I wasn't really up into going out with these guys. I just wanted to talk with the world. So it was just so much fun. And by the time the weekend passed by and I went back to school, I had stories to tell to my friends about, contacts that I made. I do remember clearly when I was like 16, 17, 18 years old on 11 meter talking to the Kimberley Bush area, 43 Division, every single weekend. And I had a very good friend of mine that I met on the radio, and I didn't hear him for a couple of weeks in a row, like maybe 2-3 weeks in a row. I said, "What the heck is going on? I don't hear my friend anymore." And finally I found out, like a couple of let's say weeks or even months later, that he came back on the radio. He said, "Yeah, I had an accident. I was driving down the lane, go to the city. It's just, in the Kimberley Bush, it's like eucalyptus trees on all sides of the road. It's one straight line. It's just soil road, so there is no concrete, whatever, or it's just a hard soil road." And I was driving with my motorbike at full speed, and I was run over by a kangaroo. Now, you have to imagine when you're 16, 17, 18 years old, how your imagination goes wild, no internet, no phones. Australia is the other side of the planet, and you hear this kind of a story, Bjorn. Back to you. Lima Alpha 2, India Mike Alpha, ON7 OFF, over.
Yeah, Roger. I can imagine. I also a lot of skipped those days. I can remember I had my first radio was a high gain 5, with a funny Roger beep, and the high gain 5 was my first SSB radio. I think I got it when I was about 10 years old, I think. And my second radio for 11 meter was Uniden 2830. It's a 10 meter radio actually, but it's the same radio as the President Lincoln, the old one. So that was the radio, and I had some Setagi amplifier and 5/8 antenna on the roof of my mother and father's house. So I was sitting there, and all the neighborhood was listening to what I was saying on the radio. Not good equipment. But my first meeting with the radio, I think I was 5 years old. I think I was about 5 years old. My cousins had radios, and they were talking on the radio, and I was able to speak with them on the radio, and then I was sold, So I went to take the license back in, I think it's about 2000. I'm not sure, but I've been a ham radio operator for 2 years or something, and have had a lot of fun with this hobby. So I can't be without it anymore. And I moved here for I think it's 10 years, 11 years ago, and then was the first time I was able to put up a tower. So I haven't had any good antennas before I moved here. So I have had a good antenna for 10 to 12 years, I think so. And that's I think that's it makes the hobby much more funnier when you have some power and you have a good QTH. It's good ground here. I have fields 360 degrees around me. It's fields, and they are full of water. So I have a nice ground here. Kurt, back to you.
Yeah, QSL, fantastic. Yeah, QSL Bjorn Lima Alpha 2 India Mike Alpha. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox returning. Yeah, likewise over here. It was big fun when we were kids and talking to the rest of the world and hearing stories, meeting people, getting these QSL cards. I got these stones and paper money and coins that people just send to each other. These days, because just making a phone call was super expensive, and don't even think about making a phone call to the neighboring countries. So forget about making a phone call to the other side of the planet, because you'll probably be broke by the time you hang up that phone. So, and we were talking with these guys on the other side of the planet, New Zealand, Australia, 1987, 1989. Boy, what a propagation cycle we had over back then. It was absolutely unbelievable. And there was not so much QRM. I hear so much QRM right now on this upper section of the HF band, but it was kind of, how could I say, comfortable. And you went down to 420 or something like that, something like that region, and with just 5 watts, 10 watts, you could talk into New Zealand. So these were the good old days. I found out later that they had two different frequencies for Australia and New Zealand, because the telecommunication company, they didn't want that people in either Australia or New Zealand would communicate with each other using CB radio. So that's the reason why they gave a separate CB band for the people there in New Zealand. So they had to stick with 26 megahertz, while the Australian guys, they were in 27. So yeah, that was remarkable, a beautiful time, and it was a steep learning curve. You learn your language skills, you learn about electronics, you learn about all kinds of things, and finally it marks your life, because I was working in telecommunications just after my my school, and I was an IP network engineer, but yeah, now I'm doing something completely different, Bjorn. I'm a perfumer, so I design perfumes, I make perfumes, and I sell them. But back these days, it all came into place, because it all had to do and bring. It just brought me back to the hobby. So still right now with my current job, I'm a perfumer. I'm selling at the handicraft market in Brussels. I get people from all over the planet coming down to my shop, and I wanted to have this guest book. I have a guest book, so if there's somebody coming from a small island in the Pacific and stands right in front of my shop, I just ask them, can you please sign and write something in my guest book? So, I'm still having this, how could I say, heritage of CB radio, where you want to have some written notes of somebody who just comes in front of your shop. So there you are. It's it was fun. It was fun, and yeah, when you were on CB radio, you had to hide for the FCC, if you can call it that way. So there was always stressful moments. So anyway, good times. They're all finished. Everything is more regulated, and I don't think CB radio is still useful these days. I think it's all finished. There's nothing anymore. Even ham radio is slowly dying. People are getting older. I just talk with everybody. I ask their age, and there's very few young people coming along here on the HF. So it's very unusual to meet somebody who is like 20-something years old or 16 years old, unless they do this specific Scouts radio, how could I say, experiment, whatever. Bjorn, back to you. Lima Alpha 2, India Mike Alpha, Wind 7 OSF.
Yeah, Roger. I understand. I know there is not a lot of younger people, but I think it's okay. I think it's nice when I talk to the younger ones. It's you meet them on the air. They are 16, 17, 20. They are maybe 25. They're young people. I don't know your age, but I will become 47 this December. So it's one more month with 46, and I think you're not so far from my age there, Kurt. when I heard what you're talking about the radio and everything. So, but we were quite active on the 11 meter, and I know there is it's a lot of stations in Norway picking up the 11 meter things. They have a contest. Or not contest, but I have test. They call it a test, but it's not what we ham radio operators mean by a test. So but it's quite active. I know there are a lot of people on the 11 meter, and I can remember the 27 555. That's the frequency. So but it was a fun time, and we had a lot of fun with it because we wasn't able to we didn't have the internet, and we didn't have the phone, so we couldn't actually call each other. So the radio was the thing. I know we had pagers that we could call to and give short messages. So some of us had pagers, and that's mainly because our fathers had pagers on the job, but they was not using it. So we got the pagers. That was technical back in the days. Okay, I won't hold you anymore, Kurt. I think I have to go. My XYL is coming home now, so I've been in the shack here for I think 3 or 4 hours now. So I think I will have to turn off the radio and go down and see what the XYL is doing. But can you please just give me your age if you want to, Kurt?
Yeah, QSL. I think there is even a contest where you have to exchange your age as well. That's one I would rather participate, but the problem is I'm working every weekend, so it's very hard for me to participate any of these contests. My age is 50. I'm just 3 years older than you, so we are in the same age group, and we all had our own history about radio, so it's kind of interesting also to listen to somebody else's story like yourself, because it just brings back good old memories from when we were just kids and doing some radio or having our first experience with radio gear. I even remember I had this walkie-talkie that was on 27.0 or 125. I think it's like a BIS channel, they call it, right? And my brother, he was talking, and there was a harmonic frequency on 108 megahertz. So you can imagine how bad these things were built. And my brother, he found not a better idea, but to connect the music, what is it called, the disc player, to that microphone input, and being a radio station for our house and the neighbor's house, HI. So that's how things went these days, We did crazy things, but yeah. Nevertheless, it was a very steep learning curve, and if I would have been born right now, probably I wouldn't have, or it wouldn't be an amateur radio, because technology that we currently have does not really invite you to become a ham operator, because there is so many over communication these days. But one very nice thing about ham radio, as far as I am concerned, is that you can meet people that you would probably never meet in other circumstances, or Okay, Björn, I wish you good evening. I will let you go to your XYL, pass my greetings to her, and tell her that I'm responsible for keeping you in the shack, okay? So don't blame it on yourself. I'm the guy. Lima Alpha 2, India Mike Alpha. God bless you. Stay safe, and I hope I can cross your aerial again on the band. This is ON7 OFF.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, okay. And I also had to tell you, we had BBSs. We have BBSs. We modified the telecom modems to work on the radio. So we also had the BBSs, and then we stored the pictures. We wasn't allowed to have on our PCs. Okay, take you, Kurt. Nice meeting you and nice talking to you. And of course, I hope I will catch you later on the air. I'm quite active on ham radio, so and I'm active on 40 meters upwards to 10 meter on HF. So 10 meter could be a possibility, maybe to reach contact with your Kurt. Thank you for the contact. Take care, and I wish you a pleasant evening. Bye bye. 73.
73, Björn, you stay safe and say hello to the XYL. ON7 OFF clear with Lima Alpha 2 India Mike Alpha. God bless you, stay safe, and I think you say tak, okay? 73 tak, bye bye. Tak, bye bye.
Yeah, that's correct. That's thanks. Tak, bye bye.
73 ON7 OFF standing by.
Oscar Zulu 5, Juliet Sierra Papa.
Oscar Zulu 5, Juliet Sierra Papa, go ahead.
Papa, go ahead. I'm sending from Denmark with 20 watts.
Yeah, okay, Oscar Zulu 5. Is it Juliet Sierra Papa? Do we have your call sign correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay, I cannot find you in the QRZ database, but nevertheless, nice to meet you. Thanks for giving me a shout with your 20 watts. You're doing a fine job here in Brussels. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, and the operator name here is Kurt. Just give me your name, sir. Back to you.
You come here with 4/5, and my name is Jens. Over.
Yeah, QSL, can you just spell the name if you don't mind, over?
Juliet November Sierra. Over.
Yeah, QSL, Jens, nice to meet you, and pleased to meet you for the first time. I'm not sure, I don't find you in the QRZ.com database. Maybe you're not registered. Back to you.
Maybe that's why I'm not even registered yet. Over.
Yeah, I said I cannot see you. I cannot find your call sign in the QRZ.com database. I'm just wondering if maybe you are not registered or if I have a mistake in your call sign. Over.
Because it's very new, my call sign. Over.
Oh, okay, yeah, QSL. Are you new on the handbands there, Jens? Over.
Sorry?
I was just wondering if you are new on the on the radio. Are you new on the handbands? Over.
Yeah, I'm new. That's why I only have a little Chico D19.
What?
20 watts. Over.
Well, welcome on the handbands, and happy to make your acquaintance and to meet you there, Jens. I'm very pleased to hear Denmark. I was just talking to the other gentleman there up north in what was it, Norway or Finland? Oh, I forgot now. No, it was Norway. Yeah, fantastic, Jens. The QTH here is Brussels. I'm just outside of the city of Brussels, and I get you in here with a 5 and 8 report to 5 and 6. So it's like up and down, but it seems to work pretty well for me. So congratulations being on the handbands, Jens. Over.
Coming inside and outside all the time.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, I can see your signal is QS braking is dropping as well. Jens, pleased to meet you for the first time. You keep on going, man. Don't be afraid to be on the air, and hopefully you can have many more QSOs. I'm looking forward to have you down the log next time. Oscar Zulu 5, Juliet Sierra Papa. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, over.
The same to you. 73 here from Denmark. Over.
73, you take care, and God bless. ON7 OFF will stand by before we go and go QRT in 5 minutes. QRZ. I'm not sure if the propagation is still open into the United States. I'm going to turn the beam and see what's going on. Come on, baby. There you go. I think we're ready to go. Let's see. Any other station? This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. Just turning the beam, you can see the entire scope comes alive. QRZ, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot in Brussels. We're standing by.
Oscar United 7, this is Lima Alpha number 3, calling you on standby.
Yeah, Lima Alpha 3, I'll turn the beam towards you again. Lima Alpha 3, let me turn the beam. I'm beaming towards Lima Alpha land. Lima Alpha 3, can you complete the call again?
Yes, this is Lima Alpha number 3, Alpha Golf, London, America, number 3, America, Germany. QSL?
Yeah, QSL, I get you in there. Lima Alpha 3, Alpha Golf. Nice to meet you. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, like an on-off switch. You just write it down like an on-off switch, but replace the slash with the number 7. Name here is Kurt, K-U-R-T, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. I think your name is Hammer or Tor. Back to you.
Yes, that's right. My name is Tor, Tango Ontario Radio, and Tor Hammer. Yes, Tor Hammer, that's my full name. And the QTH here is Oslo. The capital city is my QTH. So, and I'm running about 60, 70 watts here into 3-element Yagi. But I am afraid not in your direction at the time being, because your QTH is Denmark. Well, my Yagi, 3-element Yagi, is now pointing southwest. So perhaps it is in your direction there, dear Kurt. So how do you read LI3AG listening for Oscar Uniform 7 Oscar frequency? Over.
Yeah, QSL, Lima Alpha 3 Alpha Golf. Correction on my call sign. My call sign is Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. I repeat, Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. I'm in Oenland, and Oenland is Belgium. I'm very close to the capital city of Brussels. I get you 5 and 9, so I think if you're beaming southwest, that you're probably more or less into the right direction for my station. I'm just checking as we speak the headings I should be having towards you, and here it says that I need to turn it to 20 degrees. So if you have it to the southwest, I think that should be okay. 210 degrees would be perfect to beam towards me, Hammer. Sorry, Tor. Yeah, fine business. You're 5 and 9, so I have no problem to copy you whatsoever. You're doing a fine job here in Belgium. Back to you.
Oscar November 7, Oscar Florida, Florida. This is LA3AP returning. Thank you very much, Kurt. Very nice signal. You are also 5 by 9. Excellent signals here in Oslo. And I'm now directing my Yagi antenna about in the southerly direction, like 200 degrees. I think that is almost in your direction. I'm running, or my station here is an Icon IC 7200, and running about 60 to 70 watts into 3-element Yagi. That is the condition here, and the WX is overcast, about 4 to 5 degrees, and we have a low pressure around, combined with a high pressure, so there is some wind in the area, but very dark and
not very pleasant weather here, so I suppose it is much better in your area, Kurt. So I could be interested in listening what kind of station you have there, because it is working very well, 100%, and over 10 dB over 9, I think, just now. So it is good conditions here. So ON7OFF LA3AG listening. Where it is?
Yeah, QSL 100% copy there. Lima Alpha 3 Alpha Golf. This is Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot returning. Yeah, I'm basically running a 2-element cubicle quad as far as the antenna is concerned. 2-element cubicle quad, and running about 800 watts there. I turned down the power a little bit with this 2-element cubicle quad, and the antenna is at an altitude of about 15 meters high. It's a 5-band single feed point antenna. The radio is a TS480, and I'm just using the TX capabilities of that radio. I'm not even using the RX capabilities, because I'm splitting the RX and TX through two different devices. I'm actually currently using the SDR Play as my receiver. I'm a little bit, how could I say, stingy as far as radio gear is concerned. And I had that SDR Play laying around, and I found a better, I found this as a very cheap solution to have a nice overview of the entire band scope and see what's going on the HF band that I'm working on. You can even have a look, because I'm currently doing a live stream. So if you happen to have a computer nearby and you go to my QRZ page, the very first picture you will see is going to be the live stream, so you can have a listen how you sound. Another way of going to the live stream is just typing in my call sign in YouTube, and then you will get straight to the live stream as well. But yeah, you're sounding good. I have you here with beautiful signal of 5 dB, 10 dB over 9 with the 60 watts. So it seems to be doing the job for you as well with your antenna setup and the power. So back to you there, Mr. Tor. Lima Alpha 3 Alpha Golf from Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot. Over.
Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot LA3AD returning. 100% copy. Beautiful signals from Belgium. And very nice modulation, and about 10 to 15 dB over 9 there. So it's good. There are good conditions now, I think, on 20 meters. So, but it was not so many stations. But suddenly you enter the frequency with a very the best signal on the whole band, I think. Good. So I was also running an old Kenwood TS440 Sierra, but and it was also possible to run a split system where you can split the transmitter and receiver, and working on two different frequencies, one on the transceiver and the other on the receiver. But it is not very often I use that possibility to run a split operation. So, but now I have this Icon 7200. But I would like to buy a bit more expensive transceiver, a 7300, just to have this waterfall, and I think that is a very special and very useful possibility to see the activity on the whole band, so you can just work and have a view on all the frequencies at once. So perhaps I buy myself a new transceiver 7300 as a Christmas present. I don't know, it is a bit more expensive, so I have to think a bit about it. But very nice to have a talk to you there, Kurt, in Belgium. And thank you for all the information here. And I should also look at YouTube and have a look on your equipment there. So I have not yet got on these digital areas yet, but I have a technical operator here, and he's a very specialist on these items. So perhaps I could get some help from him to put my information on the YouTube there. Good. So you know, I'm 84 years, so that's my excuse to not follow the digital world so well as I could or should. So that's my excuse here. Good, but I shall try to follow up as far as I can manage. Okay, thank you very much for this nice call, and Kurt, and have a nice day, have a nice night, and if I don't see you before Christmas, I wish you a very happy Christmas there, Kurt. So thank you very much, and best 73 to you and your family, and GDX, and we'll see you again very soon. So LA3AB signing off with ON7OFF. Over.
Yeah, QSL, thank you very, very much coming to the call and giving me a shout there, Tor, and being patient while I'm rattling on with some other people. So pleasure is all mine. You have a fantastic evening. I'm going to wrap it up as well today because I've had my share of radio. It's been a pleasure. 73, you take care, and hopefully we can cross aerials as well, and soon again. Lima Alpha 3 Alpha Golf. God bless you, stay safe. This is Oscar, November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. We are also QRT. 73s, bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
73s, ON7 OFF. We're going to clear the frequency and go QRT. 73s.